It's time to talk Aggie football with the interim head coach of the Aggies, Nate Dreiling, on your exclusive home of Aggie football, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Coach, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Another day, another W. That game unfolded like, well, there's no way you could have expected that, right? That was crazy.
It was a great job by the offense kind of figuring it out. You know, our quarterback gets injured in the second quarter, and Bryson Barnes comes in, and the whole game plan changes, and he rushes for just under 200 yards, and the defense rolls. So that was a fun one. Much deserved for the locker room. They're excited.
Have you ever seen something like that, a backup quarterback coming in and accounting for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns? Because that was amazing.
I've been on the other side. You know, it's difficult because Bryson and Spencer are complete different guys, right? You guys are probably faster than Spencer, and Bryson can run on top of throwing. So defensively, they're not in a triple option type of mindset, right? They're practicing versus a drop back passer, and so for the defense to have to change on the fly, that's hard. And then once they did, it just came down to tackling, and Bryson made a miss multiple times. So what a fun story for Bryson, man, as he comes off the bench and dominates again.
You know, I get the physical part of that, the mental part. A team that's lost a lot of games, isn't bowl eligible, obviously the coaching situation, and it's a transfer portal area. How have these guys bonded and kept playing hard? Because down 13-0, they could have let go of the rope in that game, and they didn't, obviously.
Yeah, you know, they've been resilient all year, whether it was from the coaching change or the rough start. And one thing that's been common is they showed up, they smiled, and they worked their tails off. And I think, as you guys know, whether it's football or business, if you have that mindset, eventually you're going to find success.
What would a winning record in conference matter? Because you have that opportunity here going into Colorado State at the end.
Yeah, well, we got a chance to finish strong. I think win 4 of our last 5. You know, we're going to hopefully finish 5-7, and 5 of the 7 losses came to ranked opponents. So the schedule's been brutal, but the kids just kept working and kept prevailing, and now I got a chance to really, send these seniors out on top more than anything is what we're most excited about.
CSU's 7-4, so this would feel like the biggest win, the best test to be passed. What do you see from the Rams? What's got to happen for this Aggie team to close with a W?
Yeah, it's going to be a contrast of offenses. We're one of the fastest offenses in the country, and they are literally last place on tempo. So it's going to come down to who's going to win third down. Can we get our offense back out there, and can we prevent them from milking the clock? So big third down game, as it usually is in college football, you guys are aware.
Have you had any conversations as the season progresses and now comes to the conclusion with the administration?
They had a bunch of talks. I told them I didn't want to talk about becoming the head coach until the season's over with. I want to make sure my focus is making these decisions based off of what's best for these players to find success as opposed to what's going to get me this head job. So we'll figure it out after this weekend where they want to go. But right now, man, if we can get these seniors another win and keep this team playing hard, that's really all I care about this week.
That is a great answer, but I got to say, having been in your shoes in a profession where people move around a lot and having to do that myself, how do you do that when your whole life and your family, it's not just you, spouses, for the people who are married and for the people who have kids, they're kids, and you're responsible for the whole staff, and everybody could be somewhere different in 2 to 3 weeks, but stay focused on the Rams.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I think people need to realize what coaches' wives are and how tough they are for keeping the families together. Obviously, we work long hours, and in 2 weeks we could be living anywhere from New York to California. But right now we just, one thing we focus on is just trying to have fun and enjoy. And there's always obviously the thoughts of, realistically what could happen. But if you just learn to take life day by day and keep rolling with the punches, man, that's worked well for our family, and hopefully we can manage through this one as well.
What do you expect for a quarterback for the Aggies going into this game?
We'll know more on Spencer's elbow. Hopefully we have both available, but just not 100% sure. But if not, obviously we got all the confidence in the world with Bryson.
Well, the Bryson Barnes story has been a heck of a story here over the last few years. So why not one more twist, one more turn, right? Why not?
Why not? What's your guy? You guys probably seen Bryson play more than I have. Did you think he could run for 196 yards in a game? Was he doing that last couple of years?
Well, he had some big scrambles. He scrambled last year to put the Utes in position for a late field goal to beat SC, but that many yards. I don't know that you expect that many yards on the ground from any quarterback really these days with the emphasis on the throw. Maybe the service academies, obviously.
Yeah, and one thing I think you guys will probably attest with Bryson, he is extremely tough, and he's definitely a winner. If you have that mindset at quarterback, man, you're always going to have a chance.
His high school coach has stories about him. I talked to him after Bryson played in the Rose Bowl against Ohio State unexpectedly, and he had a big run in that game. And his coach was disappointed because I think Bryson only got 2 series, and he thought, they got to run him on this first series. There's no way Ohio State expects that. There's no way. And they didn't run him on the first series, but they did on the second. And the second they went and got the tying touchdown, and he had a big gain. So it's not a surprise when he breaks one. But, 193, that's a surprise.
It's such a cool story because he probably prepares harder than any player on this team. Every time I walk past the quarterback room, he's in there watching tape. So when he gets his moment, right, he takes advantage of it and doesn't miss on an opportunity. So special story, man, for a special player.
Well, you can hook him up with a coaching job somewhere down the line. So
there's no doubt. That or farming, you're good either way.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Coach. We appreciate a few minutes. Good luck at CSU.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
There's Nate Dreiling, interim coach of the Utah State Aggies. DJ